Yes, everybody, welcome back to another update video on the channel. Hope you guys are keeping well. Been a positive 24 hours or so for Wolves news, finally. A lot of negativity on the socials and even in the comment section down, on the YouTube channel, which I sort of do understand. Everyone was getting a little bit frustrated with the lack of incomings and the lack of news, but things starting to steer in the right direction slowly but surely. But some interesting updates on today's video. As always, be sure to smash the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel. Less than 100 away now from 20,000, so it'd be amazing if we can hit that within the next week or so. It's free to do. If you're on your YouTube account, hit that subscribe button down below. Good news, Jhon Arias is, as I speak, going to be in Europe right now. He flew from Brazil yesterday afternoon. Said to be landing in Paris this morning for his medical. Doing it in France, mainly because I think the work permit and visas probably aren't quite through yet. But I would still assume he will be with the club and the squad within the next couple of days, training. And fingers crossed for you guys going to the Stoke game. He should be part of that squad to face off against Stoke on Saturday afternoon as well. Some really interesting news coming from ESPN in Colombia as well. One of their journalists on there had said about Jhon Arias, and he rejected a move to Saudi Arabia before the move to Wolves. Had been offered a huge amount of money, which he turned down because he obviously wanted to play in the Premier League. It said that Al Nassr actually had Cristiano Ronaldo call Jhon Arias directly to try and convince him to move to Saudi Arabia. And although Jhon Arias thanked him for that phone call, he said the Premier League is where I want to be. And maybe shows, fingers crossed, it shows a lot about the character of the sort of footballer that we're going to be having in Old Gold from next season onwards as well. Other bit of positive news, Marc Pubil, who is a player that I've mentioned probably a little bit over the last couple of weeks now. It looks like Wolves are closing in on his signature as well, which is huge news. We had it on Sunday and over the weekend, really, that Vitor Pereira pretty much made it clear that Nelson Semedo was no longer part of the plans at Wolverhampton Wanderers. So right back was clearly an area we needed. We had the three options. Keanu Hoover's name was getting mentioned once again. Pedro Lima, Rodrigo Gomez, Matt Doherty could always slot in there if needed. But I don't think anyone was completely filled with confidence. But Marc Pubil, Spanish under-21, said to be coming in a fee of around £30 million, plus the add-ons, plus a sell-on fee probably as well. AC Milan heavily linked with him over the last week or so. Barcelona have been said to be interested in him as well over the last 12 months. But it looks like Wolves are going to land Marc Pubil, teammate obviously of Hugo Bueno from the Spain under-21 squad. So he's not training with Almeria, his club at the moment. Said to be obviously sorting this move. And again, it's a move that Wolves are hoping to get sorted this week. The one just minor concern I had with this, around 12 months ago, he did fail a medical at Atalanta in Italy due to a knee issue, a knee problem. I know Italian clubs are always so funny and really strange with medical procedures sometimes. And I'm sure Wolves will have that all in hand anyway. But that's probably one of my just minor concerns going into this move. But for a player that's playing at right wing back for Wolves, looks extremely well built. I think he's 6'2", 6'3". It's quite a bit of a frame for somebody that's playing in that position. But again, excited to see how he gets on. Full season last year for Almeria, albeit in the second division of Spain. Had experience the year before, had almost a full year in the top division as well. So interested to see how Wolves get on with this deal. But fingers crossed in the next couple of days that gets sorted and signed. One player that is set to move on is Bubakar Traore. I mentioned it again in the last video about a potential move to FC Metz. That looks like it's on. We're going to be rejoining his former club on a loan deal. Of course, his Wolves career just hasn't really started, has it? Broke into the team pretty late on in it when he first signed. It took him a while to break through. I think Steve Davies actually gave him his first start after Bruno Lage was sacked, then picking up injuries, never got going under Lopetegui, struggled to get game time, full stop, and he's not really a player that Vitor Pereira has taken to. So a loan move for him is needed. He needs to stay fit. He needs to be playing a lot of football, and hopefully another year in France can help him do that. Whether that will increase his value and Wolves look to move him on next summer, or whether he can come back a bigger and better, more experienced player, we'll wait and see next summer anyway. And one player who has left is Bastian Mo. Now, again, a player that I mentioned on the last video, albeit at the time, I was adamant that this was going to be a loan deal for Mo to go to Alverca in Portugal. We've already sold Chiquinho there, and it looks like they're having a massive revamp of their squad. I think I read yesterday it's part of Vinicius Jr., the Real Madrid player, owns part of the Alverca club. But it's obvious that Jorge Mendes is having a massive part to play in this. But it's said from the Portuguese side, as of right now, I'm still waiting for official confirmation from Wolves. It said from the Portuguese side that he has been sold by Wolves. It's not a loan deal, it's a permanent deal to the Portuguese side. Wolves will hold a buyback clause, which I've heard may well be triggered in the future. So there's every chance that Pubil does come back to Wolves. But very, very interesting that Wolves have sold him. I don't know if this is to do with sort of PSR, financial fair play, whether we're doing Jorge Mendes a favour. I don't know the fees or what the buyback clause is at the moment. But really, really interesting that Pubil hasn't played a first-team game. He was obviously signed, bigged up heavily, predominantly by Matt Hobbs, for around €5 million. Some big clubs looking at him last summer as well. Wolves took the punt on him, albeit he was injured. Never really got going again last season. A little stints in the 21s, but again, a player that Vitor Pereira just has not taken to and moved on. So the spring cleaning of this Wolverhampton Wanderers squad continues. And hopefully now we're helping Jorge Mendes get, and these smaller Portuguese clubs get these players. We've had Joe Hodge, Chiquinho, Bastian Mo. Maybe there's one or two more that we'll see in the next few weeks or so. But hopefully that means more favours are going to be coming the way of Wolverhampton Wanderers. But good news, Jhon Arias, very close now. We should have an official confirmation of that in the next day or so. Marc Pubil, again, official confirmation hopefully in the next couple of days or so. And I'll do a full-length video on him, as I have done with Jhon Arias, if you want to go check that out from the end of last week. In the next day or so, I've got a really exciting and different video, like a mini podcast coming out about a historical part of Wolves, which I think some of you will really enjoy as well. So keep an eye out for that. And as always, guys, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.